There's a strange paradox in human nature. Those who are truly wise, powerful, or accomplished rarely feel the need to prove themselves. They walk quietly, speak less, and their presence alone commands respect. But the people who lack true strength, true wisdom, or true achievement, often they are the loudest in the room. They wear arrogance like a shield, puffing themselves up, exaggerating their importance, and trying to belittle others just to feel taller. We've all met them. The coworker who boasts about skills they don't actually have, the friend who constantly interrupts trying to prove they're smarter, the stranger who speaks with condescension, mistaking rudeness for confidence. But here's the truth. Arrogance without substance is nothing but a mask for insecurity. It's weakness pretending to be strength. Now, how do you deal with these people? Do you argue back, match their arrogance with your own, or try to humiliate them? The Stoics, philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, would say, no, that's giving them power. That's allowing their noise to disturb your inner peace. Instead, the Stoics taught us something much more profound, the ability to remain unmoved, to respond with wisdom, and to pierce arrogance with simple, timeless truths. And sometimes, just one phrase, calmly spoken, rooted in reason, can reduce arrogance to silence, not because you've insulted them, but because you've revealed their emptiness. In this video, we'll explore 5 powerful Stoic phrases. These aren't insults, they aren't cheap comebacks. They're weapons of the mind, forged in philosophy, designed to humble arrogance without making you arrogant yourself. By the end, you'll have a new set of tools, not to fight meaningless battles, but to win without fighting. To live as the Stoics lived, calm, wise, and unshakable. Let's begin. Phrase 1. Your opinion is yours, not mine. Inspired by Epictetus. When someone arrogant tries to belittle you, they want a reaction. They want to impose their judgment on your self-worth. But Epictetus said, it's not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. So when someone says, you'll never succeed, or you're not as good as me, you can simply respond, your opinion is yours, not mine. This phrase is powerful because it draws a boundary. You acknowledge that they can think whatever they want, but you don't have to accept it as truth. It's like returning their package of negativity unopened. An arrogant person thrives on controlling the frame of the conversation. This Stoic phrase reminds them that their judgment doesn't define you. It only reveals who they are. Phrase 2. If you truly are what you say, it will show without words. Rooted in Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius wrote, don't waste time arguing about what a good man should be one. Arrogant people love to say how great they are. They'll boast about their intelligence, their wealth, their influence, but real power never has to shout. So when arrogance surrounds you, the quiet Stoic reply could be, if you truly are what you say, it will show without words. This isn't an attack. It's a mirror. You're reminding them that genuine strength, skill, or virtue needs no self-advertisement. The more they insist on telling everyone how great they are, the more insecure they appear. This phrase cuts through arrogance without anger. It leaves them only 2 options, prove it through action, or reveal themselves as empty. Phrase 3. The truth doesn't fear silence. Arrogant people often overwhelm conversations with noise. They talk endlessly because deep down silence exposes them. Seneca said, truth is simple. If it were complicated, everyone would understand it. When someone brags or tries to dominate with arrogance, you can calmly respond, the truth doesn't fear silence. What does this do? It strips their performance of oxygen. It shows that real confidence doesn't need constant reinforcement. If what they say is true, then it can stand even if they stop talking. The beauty of this phrase is that it redirects attention to their insecurity. Why must they keep proving themselves if their greatness is self-evident? Phrase 4. You remind me how important humility is. This one is subtle. It doesn't confront arrogance head-on. Instead, it transforms the encounter into a lesson. The Stoics always saw difficult people as opportunities to practice virtue. Marcus Aurelius wrote, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. So when arrogance shows up, instead of getting annoyed, you can reply, you remind me how important humility is. This flips the script. Suddenly their arrogance doesn't irritate you. It educates you. You've taken their negativity and converted it into wisdom. For the arrogant person, this can be disarming. They expect conflict, not calm reflection. And sometimes, that quiet acknowledgement is more powerful than any argument. Phrase 5. I gain nothing by lowering myself to arrogance. The Stoic refusal to descend. Finally, the most powerful Stoic principle. Never let others drag you down. Arrogance is contagious, it tempts you to match it. But Epictetus warned, if you are ever tempted to look for approval, realize that you have compromised your integrity. So when arrogance confronts you, the phrase to hold on to is, I gain nothing by lowering myself to arrogance. This isn't spoken to the arrogant person, it's spoken to yourself. It's a reminder that their behavior doesn't have to dictate yours. By choosing not to engage, not to fight on their level, you win the higher ground. You preserve your dignity. You show that silence, when rooted in strength, is louder than noise. Arrogance without power is just insecurity dressed in armor. It tries to intimidate, but it collapses when it meets calm, unshakable wisdom. The Stoics didn't waste energy fighting egos. They mastered themselves, and in doing so, they exposed the weakness of others. Remember these 5 phrases. Your opinion is yours, not mine. If you truly are what you say, it will show without words. The truth doesn't fear silence. You remind me how important humility is. I gain nothing by lowering myself to arrogance. Each one is simple, but simplicity is where true power lies. The next time arrogance comes your way, don't fight it with anger. Use these Stoic truths, and watch arrogance dissolve on its own. Because the greatest strength is not in shouting but in remaining unshaken. And as Marcus Aurelius wrote, the best answer to anger is silence. Be silent, be calm, be stoic.